Hello everyone and welcome to my channel if you are new. If you're not new, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marina and hey, sorry for being gone for a month. What? Who did that? Not me. I'm so sorry. I do not know why I was gone for that long. It honestly, April kind of flew by in the span of 3 days. I don't know if I'm the only one who felt like that, but that's how it felt. And it felt like that especially when it came to my reading. I read in total 5 books in the past month, and I'm going to talk about it in a second, but just so you know, like, I feel like I was working against time, or time was working against me. Time was my biggest op when it came to reading, making videos, editing. I couldn't find the time to do it for some reason, but I'm back. Hello, hi, how are you? I've missed you guys, and yeah, sorry. I swear I'm gonna get to the TBR portion of this video in a second, but I really just want to talk about this. I literally recorded a video. It was a really cute, like, bookish sleepover video, and it never got uploaded because another thing that has been derailing me in my YouTube stuff is the fact that I'm working with like a new editing software right now, and I have new equipment, and the equipment, I realize, is the wrong thing that I need. Because of course it is, and I just got it, and I'm the idiot who didn't check before ordering it that it was the exact thing that I wanted. So I'm hoping that while making this video and editing it, that everything goes well, because when it came to that video, I edited it, and then when it came to exporting it, never made the cut. I'm making this video in the hopes that it will actually be presented to you and that you will see it, and yeah, let's hope. But with all that being said, welcome to this video. This is going to be a TBR jar video because it's officially May. The day I'm recording it is April 2nd, not April 2nd, May 2nd. I'm recording this May 2nd, so the month has already started. My goal for doing these TBR jar videos was to do it before the new month started, so that when I pick out these specific reads, I'm already prepared for the month that follows up. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. But I feel like I'm already 2 days behind. Mind you, I'm in the middle of 2 books right now, but they're not prompts from my TBR jar, so I feel like I'm cheating the system. So we're gonna do this. I'm going to do this. This is a TBR jar video. Welcome. I'm gonna start off this video and every TBR jar video moving forward showing you guys the books that I did end up reading for my TBR. Keep your expectations and your hopes low. This was the first month, so it was a little bit rocky, okay? But I did end up reading 1 book for my TBR, and that was Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. I'll be giving you guys my full reviews of the books that I read and my reading wrap up sometime next week probably, but right now just know that I did finish this book. Absolutely loved it. I think I gave it 4 stars, if not 5. I don't remember. And then I am currently in the middle of Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna Maguire. I didn't get a chance to finish it before the month was over. And I know that you guys are probably just like, Marina, how? That book is literally so tiny. How did you not finish it? I am a procrastinator. I literally waited until like the end of the month to read this book, and then I was so overwhelmed by everything that I had going on at the end of the month that I didn't even have the time to finish this tiny book. But I'm currently reading it right now. I started it at the end of the month, so I do think that's half a point. It's the thought that counts, okay? Oh wait, actually, hold on, I lied. I also read Funny Story by Emily Henry. I read that book and I gave it 4 stars. I read that recently and 8 down. But I'll be talking about these books in my wrap up, so not too much. Also, if you can hear whining, that's my dog. Tangent, my dog is in my room. She's going through something right now, so she's whining a lot. She's fine, I swear. She's just on medication. So she's going through the rounds of healing. But if you hear whining, that's my dog. She's fine. Don't worry. Everything's fine, guys. But yes, in total, I read 2 books on my TBR, which I think is a win. As a beginner in this TBR journey, I think that's a win. And I also started another book on my TBR, I just didn't finish it. So again, I think that's good. I think I did good enough. That means that I did not get to 2 books on my TBR. Let me get them. So I did not get to Court of the Vampire Queen, and I did not get to, this book is upside down, Amari and the Night Brothers. But that means that these are going to be my backups for May. If there's anything in my TBR that I don't feel like reading, I can always pick these bad boys up. So that's how it's also gonna go. Any book on my previous month's TBR that I did not get to, I can just choose as a backup option for my TBR the following month. Now, let's get into the part of the video that you guys are all here for, that I'm here standing up talking to you for. Let's get into the TBR jar. Like I said, I started reading 2 books this month. I'm currently in the middle of 2 books. One of them is Every Heart a Doorway, and another one is an arc that I'm hoping to finish this month so I can talk to you guys about. But again, those books were not technically chosen for this month's TBR. So I feel like I was cheating the system. It didn't feel right. So I'm here today to pick May's TBR picks. Let's get started. Let's not waste any more time. I've already been talking for like 7 full minutes. I'm just like trying to mix them up enough so I don't pick what's like right on top. Not that I really remember what's in here. If I'm being honest, I don't remember all the prompts that I put in here. So I'm kind of going in blind, which is always scary for a TBR, but TBR jars are scary anyway. So I'm not looking. You guys get to see it first. Can you guys read it? Is it upside down? I hope it's not upside down. Is it upside down? What is it? Most recent purchase. Hold up, guys. Okay, so remember how I said I recorded a bookish sleepover video? Well, in that video, I went over like books I've recently gotten, and though that video did not make it to see the light of day, I got like 10 books recently. In the span of like the past few months, I've been getting 1 or 2 books, okay? And now I have 10 that have been laying on my floor, well, not on my floor, in bags that I get to pick from. Yay! I have no room on my shelf, so that's why they're still in bags on the floor. But hopefully I can make some room for one of them, because one of them is the most recent purchase. I'm so excited. Okay, I have the exact pick. I know exactly what I'm going to pick for this. Yep. I will be reading Alison Saff's Wings of Starlight. Now, again, this is really upsetting because in that video that you guys aren't going to be able to see, I talked about how much I love Pixie Hollow and how I am a Tinkerbell stan. I love the world of Pixie Hollow. I love just that world. I'm a fanatic when it comes to the Tinkerbell universe. So when I heard that they were doing somewhat of a prequel that connects to my favorite Tinkerbell movie, Secret of the Wings, oh, I had to take a second. I remember picking this up the day it came out. I think it came out in March, and I was like, this has to be something I get to soon. And this is the perfect excuse, I think. I think this means that it was meant to be. That prompt literally took me by surprise. The way that I'm literally out of breath is insane. Yeah, if you guys don't know what this is about, this follows the Queen of Pixie Hollow before she became the queen. And like I said, it's kind of a prequel to Secret of the Wings. If you watch that movie, you already know the tea. Basically, it's like a forbidden romance between like the 2 worlds of Pixie Hollow, and it's between the Queen of Pixie Hollow before she becomes queen and the King of Winterwoods. I've been waiting to read something like this, like a published story about these 2 for so long that I can't even contain my excitement, and I think you guys can tell. It's crazy how the TBR jar is kind of on my side with this one. Like, it was gonna happen eventually. Glad that it's happening today. And I've never read an Alison Saff book either. This is gonna be my first Alison Saff book, and I know that she's very popular. A lot of people love her stuff, so I'm very excited that this is like my first book that I'm reading from her. I hope I like it. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna like it regardless, but I hope I like her writing style for the story. All right, again, off to a fantabulous start. I don't know how well this is gonna follow up on that prompt. Like, wow. I don't want any of them to fall out. I really feel like I filled this a little bit too much to the brim, because the way that I'm trying to make sure none actually fall out while also trying not to read them. Oop, and one fell out. So I guess that's the one I will be picking today. Alrighty. Again, I'm not looking. I don't really know what's in here. What is it, guys? Is it upside down? Is it upside down? I don't know. Okay, what is it? An anticipated read. I have the perfect book for this, but I need to make sure that it actually comes out this month, because hold on. Yep, okay, this is perfect. I will be reading Kennedy Ryan's new release in the Skyland series, Can't Get Enough. This is my pick for an anticipated read. As you guys know, the Skyland series and me, we're like this. Me and Kennedy Ryan, we're like this. I love that series so much, and the last book in the series comes out this month. And it is an anticipated read. Yeah, that's actually very perfect for me. That's very perfect for me. I obviously don't have a physical copy of it because it's not out yet. It doesn't come out until May 13th, but still, doesn't matter. I will be first in line to get it the day it comes out. The TBR jar said so. I have to. You guys know me. I love Kennedy Ryan. She is an auto-buy author for me, so either way, I was going to end up owning this book this month. However, the rush to read it, it's like in my heart, and it's in the TBR jar. So again, things work out perfectly. That's crazy. I can't wait to read this book, seriously, but I'm also kind of sad because I don't want the series to end. Like, everything about this series just makes me really happy, and it was my introduction to Kennedy Ryan and her books. Like, Before I Let Go was the first Kennedy Ryan book I read, so reading this book, I'm like, even the thought of reading it just makes me really emotional, which is ridiculous because she has so many other books that I need to get to that I can easily read after I finish this series. But I don't know, my attachment to this series, it's like so real. But I'm gonna read it this month. I'm gonna read it, and it's gonna be a good, great, fun time. I'm excited. I'm so excited. That worked out perfectly. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, we're going back. We're doing a third. It's kind of just fun to put, oh, and one just dropped. I was gonna say, it's kind of fun to just put my hand in and like shake it around for a random one to pick, but then every time I try to do that, it just ends up dropping. I think I need a bigger jar, if I'm being honest. Okay, let me see what this one is. Wait. Because here's the thing, guys, if I got this prompt, a book with a purple cover, I would have picked Can't Get Enough anyway. Like, I'm dead ass. If I were to pick this prompt, which I was hoping for, I would have already picked Can't Get Enough. But now that I already have Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan on my TBR for the month of May, I need to think, what book do I have that is pink or purple that I can start? I know one. Oh, I actually have two that I can choose from. Hold on. Oh, wait, I have three. I'm not in the mood for one of them though, so I'm just gonna choose between two. Okay, so the two that I'm choosing between is Finding Jupiter by Kellis Rowe and Somadina by Akwaeke Emezi. This is an arc that I got to right before the book came out, and I have not read it yet, but it's very purple. And same with Finding Jupiter. If you guys have been on this channel for a while, you know I've had this book for years and I have not read it. And it's very upsetting to me. So I feel like just by principle, I should pick this one. But I don't know, something about this arc has been calling me. Maybe it's because it is the color purple, because if you guys don't know, my favorite color is specifically lavender, but purple, which is why I put this prompt in here. Both of them are calling to me, but especially this one. But I think it's just because I'm a fan of Akwaeke Emezi. I read You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. I read that book years ago, and wild book. That book is so freaking wild, just the premise alone, crazy. But I had a good time with it, and I've always wanted to read more of Akwaeke Emezi stuff. However, again, I've owned this book longer, and I've never read anything by Kellis Rowe. Absolutely nothing. And I've heard great things about this from a book talker that I trust, Ebony. Love her down. I've talked about her a few times on this channel. She has really good recommendations usually, and I'm pretty sure she is the one who recommends this book quite often. So I'm gonna say this one. And I think this is a YA romance, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really know what it's about, so I'm kind of going into a blind. I know it's a romance, but that's literally it. I don't really know what trope it is. I'm going in blind again, but it's okay. All of these prompts have been bangers, like bangers on bangers on bangers. That's crazy. Let me pick one from the bottom. Hee hee. Next, the fourth prompt we have is a memoir. Oh, I was not expecting a memoir. Guys, I'm a little gagged. I don't really know. Hold on. I'm gonna have to look for that because I don't really know what to read for a memoir. Granted, I have options, but I don't really know. I put that in there because I've been trying to read more nonfiction this year, specifically like memoirs. I think memoirs are my preferred nonfiction reads that I sometimes pick up on occasion, but it's not often that I pick up a memoir, like ever. So I'm gonna have to like kind of go through, honestly, I'm gonna have to go through my to be read pile on Storygraph because a lot of the nonfiction books I want to read are on there. I'm going to read. They said this would be fun Race, Campus Life, and Growing Up by Eternity Martis. If you guys remember, this is also one of the books that I wanted to read this year. I have heard great things about this from a friend that I trust. If only my phone would focus, that would be lovely. I've heard really good things about this from one of my close friends, or used to be close friends. We're not that close anymore, but that's besides the point. I trust their taste when it comes to books. We kind of have similar tastes, and usually when it comes to memoirs, they would have perfect picks for me. So yeah, I've been wanting to read this for like 2 years at this point. It seems like it's going to be a great, fun memoir. The way that I described it in the video from months ago, from back in December, I described it as, what's that one Dolly Alderton book, Everything I Know About Love? I've heard that it's a little bit like that, but make it Black woman centric, and something about that has always intrigued me to the book. Like, something about that has always made me want to like read it. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm going to read They Said This Would Be Fun by Eternity Martis. That was a wild pick. I was not expecting a memoir out of all of the ones that have been picked so far, but I feel like that's gonna be a good balance. I'm not gonna lie, because so far it's a lot of romance in here. I need something to ground me a bit. And I think this would be a good one. I prefer to read memoirs audibly. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go searching for that one, I think, but that's okay. Okay, this is gonna be my 5th and final prompt for May. Let me close up the TBR jar. A translated book? What? Sorry, a translated book. A translated book. You know what? Give me a second. Again, I'm gonna have to go to my storygraph pile because I don't know. There are a few classics that I want to read that are translated classics, but again, I don't have any off the top of my head that I really want to get to right now. So, ooh, I have one. How about White Nights by Fyodor Dostoevsky? Fyodor Dostoevsky. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, but White Nights. I need to like do the beauty influencer pose whenever my phone's on screen because you guys can't read it. But yeah, I know Dostoevsky for his other works. If you know, you know. Like, this man has written the biggest books known to man, in my opinion. He's written Crime and Punishment, The Brothers Karamazov, or something like that. He's written a lot, and this is like one of his books that's actually short, like really, really short. And I know that this book was trending on TikTok a while ago for like the real yearners and piners of romance, and something about that has tilted my head a bit. I've wanted to read this for a while anyway, but because of its recent notoriety on social media, it's kind of making me want to read it even more. And it is a translated work. I don't remember the original language it was published in. I'm pretty sure it's Russian, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. And that's perfect because that can also be my classic for the month of May. Though it wasn't the classic I planned, I had a different classic in mind, but I think this one goes better with what I want. So yeah, that worked out perfectly. So I will be reading Wings of Starlight, Finding Jupiter, Can't Get Enough, White Nights, and They Said This Would Be Fun. Those are the 5 books I'm reading, and I only have 2 physical copies, so I'm gonna have to like go out of my way to get the other book somehow, some way, but that's no problem to me. That's no problem, that's no issue. I will put in the work to get the books, don't you worry about it. I'm very excited. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this month's picks ended up working out better for me than last month's picks. Last month's picks kind of flew me into a loop of different things that I was not really in the mood to read in April, I'm gonna be honest. But I feel like this, we're cooking with gas, guys. I'm very excited to read all of these TBR picks, and I hope that you are excited to hear my upcoming reviews for my April ones and to see my May reviews for what I have to say about each of these books. With that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, thank you so much. If you'd like to follow me on social media, it's all linked down in the description below. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone.